Hey everyone, it's Reagan Black. I'm back with some more inspiration for your writing journey. And today I want to share a quote from Lemony Snicket. And the quote is, "If we waited until we were ready, we would be waiting the rest of our lives." And I think that's really important for us to remember in our writing lives, that we can't wait until all the pieces are perfectly positioned, okay? What I mean by that, planning is very important. Planning is very, very important. And the balance for each writer between planning and productivity will be a little bit different, okay? Some people need a lot of planning before the book gets started, and some people only need the bare minimum. I think it depends. For a lot of people, it depends on the project. It depends on a lot of factors. But whatever that balance is, that's going to be very individual to you. But there comes a point when you have to start, when you have to dive in and see what you've got. Okay, there comes a point when you have to dive in and move forward. And so a lot of times we hold ourselves back, that we don't know enough, that, oh, I don't have all the pieces planned out, or it becomes a procrastination excuse to wait until everything's perfect and we're really truly ready to do this thing. Life happens while we're preparing. And I think a lot of times as writers, we want to hang on to that procrastination excuse and it'll be ready next week. I'll start next week. I'll start in a little bit. And my encouragement to you is, when you hit that point, if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling hesitant, if you're not sure you have everything ready to go, dive in. Dive in and just get started. Start with what you've got, okay? And run with that. And that's going to do a couple of things. When you dive into a project, the momentum starts to build. When you start to see the words come together on the page, first of all, it builds enthusiasm and excitement. Secondly, it builds the momentum for the project as a whole, okay? But also, when you dive in, even if you don't have every single little building block planned out, the process of writing will trigger more things. It will trigger more ideas. It will trigger more connections. It will help the project grow just by working on the project. Okay, it's really not quite as woo-woo as it may sound, but a lot of times when you're doing all the planning, okay, that's fine. But when you get to the writing, you just kind of break some things open, and as you're exploring your ideas or your characters or your story, whatever genre you're working in, it triggers more creativity, it triggers more ideas, it triggers more, oh, I need to add this layer, or oh, I really need to go deeper into this topic. And it's the process of doing that empowers that, okay? So if you're feeling hesitant, if you're not sure you've got all the building blocks in place, dive in with what you're feeling strongest about and get started. That really is the key to getting over that stage of just, I don't know, I'm afraid, what if? What if I get there and I'm stuck? What if I don't know? What if I get to chapter 7? I really don't know what happens in chapter 7. What if I get there and nothing happens? If you're working your way up through chapters 1 through 6, by the time you're ready for chapter 7, you'll have a better idea of what needs to be there. Okay, I hope that's making sense for you. So really, truly, I encourage you, whatever your planning and production balance is for your project, if you're at that tipping point, if you're not sure, dive in. Get a little bit on the page, then get a little bit more, and let that momentum build for you. Let your words start working for you and working itself back into the plan. It becomes a cooperative effort then between the planning and the production, and that's a really healthy, positive place to be, okay? So I hope that was helpful for you today. If there's more that I can give you, more guidance, suggestions, encouragement for your writing journey, be sure to reach out to me at reaganblack.com. There's plenty of resources over there, and the contact information as well. In the meantime, write well and live the adventure.